My name's John Breaker, and I am actually the inventor of the birdie ball. And my dad and I were actually watching the Masters in 1999, and they were describing how they were going to lengthen the golf course. My dad being a civil engineer, and I've sort of spent my life in engineering as well, sort of on the marketing side, but we looked at each other and said, are they making more real estate down there in Augusta where they can lengthen the golf course? And really it goes back to the argument that Jack Nicklaus made about 25 years ago, which was that the golf ball someday would kill the game of golf, because ultimately it goes further and further and further. The further it goes, the more it costs to play, the more watering and mowing and taxes, and it gets further and further away from the common man. So my dad and I actually were trying to develop a practice golf ball, well actually a touring golf ball that would be less of a rebound, have it go shorter, not further, for the pros. And we were drilling holes in golf balls, and we were actually analyzing the polybutadiene interior and having that analyzed. And it turns out that we had golf balls with holes in them, and we had them in the backyard. And you'd be surprised, when you're walking around the backyard with a golf club, which you'll hit, like the mushrooms, and then there's a little golf ball there with a hole in it, and hit that, and notice that the golf balls with the hole, standing upright, flew exactly like my little right to left draw that I have, but it just, instead of going over the house, it fell short of the house. And you sort of observe that and realize that a golf ball has reverse spin around a horizontal axis. What makes it go left or right is sort of a misnomer. People think that it has left or right spin, and it doesn't. It has one spin. It's a reverse spin around a horizontal axis, and it just tilts left to right, or it tilts right to left. And so once you understand that, then you realize that this shape is all about compressing it, letting it jump off the club head, have it have reverse spin, and if you leave it a little bit open, it slices. If you get it closed, over closed, it draws. And so the attributes of ball flight, or the ability to control a golf ball's flight, is a function of the club head shape and impact. Birdie balls work exactly like golf balls, and so they happen to be a perfect practice ball. And we won Best New Product at the PGA Merchandise Show in 2005 for that. But really our mission is to have it become its own sport. We think it's a great training aid, but moreover we think it's a great thing to do. And when Charlie called a few years ago and said, he had this vision, I said, well, you're talking to the guy with the same vision. And so we were happy to support that. And Cape Girardeau really was the first city to embrace it, particularly from the administrative side, where you can shut down the streets and have everybody come. And in many parks around the country, you can't play in the park. And we think that's a poor use of space, because there are parks all over the country where if you could play birdie ball in them, they'd be more popular. And so we're taking golf to the streets, we take it to the parks, and this is a perfect setting, and we're just glad to support it.